Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Living It Up with Louie B. I got a fun one for you guys today. So, I found this model kit of Pac-Man at Hobby Lobby. I think I only paid about 10 or 15 bucks for it, but regardless, it's Pac-Man, the legend, the pioneer of video games himself. And I gotta admit, this was a pretty fun model kit to build that I just had to share it with you guys. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So let's take a look at what we have here. A model kit of the Pac-Man himself. I gotta say, I really like the box. The design is pretty awesome. And I'm a huge fan of boxes, so I'm definitely going to keep this after I'm done. Nonetheless, it looks like a pretty easy model kit to go off of, and it's an entry grade model kit for ages 6 and up. It doesn't seem like it has a lot of parts, only 18 parts, and you don't need a cut and you don't need a paint. Just put it all together. So I'm assuming this is kind of like a snap kit, which should be pretty fun and pretty quick to go through. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy open. See what kind of adventures await for us in this Pac-Man box full of goodies. As you can see, it's pretty easy to open once you cut the strips off, pull the top cover off, and behold, the Pac-Man guts, because really he is dismembered and we're gonna have to put him together. So it does come with an instruction booklet, as you see right here, and honestly the booklet is pretty fun. It's themed as Pac-Man in his own maze with the fruits and the dots and all the goodies to come. Let's go ahead and bring the Pac-Man, the legend, to life. And as we go along, you know I have to give you some of the fun facts about Pac-Man. So let me hit you with that fun fact number 1. Pac-Man was originally created in the 1980s by Toru Iwatani, who wanted to create a game to introduce women into Japan's arcades. Yeah, that's right. Pac-Man was the ladies' man. Now, as you see here, we have 2 snap brackets full of parts, and the instructions are very easy. They do them in stages, where to start and where it's gonna go. So it's not gonna be very hard to follow these instructions. All you gotta do is snap the pieces off and put them together. As we assemble into Pac-Man's head, how about a fun fact number 2? So I don't know how many people know this, but Toru Iwatani modeled Pac-Man after pizza. So he wanted to create a game, but he wasn't sure how he was gonna do it. When he went to lunch one day, he ordered pizza, took a slice, and then he had an epiphany when he looked down. And thus, the Pac-Man was born. Now, I knew I liked this little guy for a reason, because I love pizza, and I definitely love Pac-Man. I bet right about now, you guys are thinking, oh, so the dots are probably pepperoni. Actually, that's incorrect. So, Pac-Man was named after the Japanese name Paku Paku, which translates as the sound of eating and munching. In fact, Mr. Iwatani imagined that Pac-Man would be munching or eating on big cookies. That's right, the Pac-Man was addicted to that cookie, boy. So as you see me right now, tickling Pac-Man's tonsils, you can see how easy it is to assemble him. This kit is pretty easy. It's just a simple snap kit. You put the pieces together and voila, you have yourself a model. And I gotta tell you, following these instructions are a breeze. These pictures really make it easy to assemble him. And now we're at the point where we gotta install his nose as well as his tongue. So let's go ahead and do that. Did you say it's time for fun fact number 3? Absolutely. So, in 1980, when it was introduced to America, it sold over 100,000 units in its first year of gameplay. And leading another equally successful game was the Mrs. Pac-Man. And with all this success, they had to absolutely come out with a cartoon. And that's exactly what they did in 1982. They released the Pac-Man cartoon on television, attracting massive amounts of fans all around who love the game. Man, how I'd love to be a 1980s kid and experience the arcades. I feel like I'd be one of those kids that would ride my bike directly home after telling my friends to meet me at the arcades at 2 o'clock and immediately rummage the couch for some quarters. Alright, the model is coming along just perfectly, and now we're gonna work on assembling his feet and attaching them to his body. Yes sir, you in the back. What was that? You'd like another fun fact? Absolutely, you know I got you. So let me hit you up with that fun fact number 4. I really love this fun fact. I think it's amazingly funny. So Pac-Man at one point was the symbol for Google's homepage. It was a playable Google Doodle, and the best part of it all is that after they released the statistics on how many people used it and when they used it during their day, it was revealed that over 5 million hours of people's work or production time was used to play the Pac-Man Doodle on Google. I actually remember seeing this doodle when I was doing a research paper back in high school. I was in the computer lab and I opened up Google and there he was. So what was I to do? Do my research or play Pac-Man? I think y'all know what I chose. So now we're coming very close to finishing this model and we're going to be focusing on his gloves. And as y'all been following along, you've noticed that this model is pretty pain-free, very easy, and very, very fun. Mr. Pac-Man is almost fully alive and now we're just working on his arms. Ooh, bam, time to hit you with that fun fact number 5. So Pac-Man was such a successful game that it was awarded the title of being the most successful coin-operated game title by the Guinness Book of World Records Committee in 2005. And to elaborate on that success a little bit, it has sold over 400,000 cabinets. And in 1990, it had a revenue of $3.5 billion. When you adjust that for inflation, today, that would be $7.6 billion. Our Pac-Man model kit is almost finished, and now we are on the last step to assemble his remaining arm. After this, we install them and we're good to go. So of course we have time for one more fun fact number 6. So our beloved Pac-Man also made its way into business. There is an economic term known as the Pac-Man defense. Now this is when a company is trying to take over another company, and that victim company suddenly turns into the predator and instead swallows the attacking company whole. And now with the last step fully complete, here we are, a fully assembled handsome Pac-Man. Look at Mr. Pac-Man looking fresh as ever. Man, I want to thank every single one of y'all for coming through and checking out the content. I really appreciate you guys, and feel free to check out the other content on the channel. There's definitely a couple other bangers around here. Also hit that subscribe button if you appreciated the video, and don't be a stranger. With that being said, please take care of yourself, and I'll see y'all later.